Today we have with us Chairman of the country's biggest bank, Mr. C.S. Setty. Setty joined the bank in 1988 as a probationary officer. He, in his 36-year-long career, has served in various departments of the bank, including heading foreign operation. He, as MD of the bank, served both retail banking as well as international banking. He has also headed various committees formed by the government. Thank you, Mr. Setty. We welcome you to PTI Video. Soon after taking over as chairman, you, in a motivational message, has set out priorities for the bank, including becoming the best bank, most valued financial institution, and achieving a new milestone in terms of net profit. If you could share with us the roadmap for achieving all these things, and what are the targets that you have set out for the banks for the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, thanks for giving me an opportunity to talk to you. It's a great honor to be heading this organization as a legendary institution, iconic institution of the country. Yes, in my first day letter to my employees, I have requested them to ensure that the safety, security, and the stability of the institution and the large number of customers who trust us need to be taken care of. If you look at SBI's reach, apart from the physical reach what we have in terms of more than 22,000 branches, 65,000 ATMs and 85,000 business correspondents, we serve almost more than 50 crore customers. And we take pride in saying that we are banker to every Indian and more importantly every Indian families. So when I talk about the best bank, the most valued bank, it is not only from a shareholder point of view, it is from the point of view of every stakeholder who deals with SBI. It could be my customers, it could be our shareholders, it could be the larger ecosystem, the society, the institutional framework which is there to take care of the common man. I think all the stakeholders will have to be saying that this is the best bank to deal with. As far as strategies is concerned, I also mentioned that we want to build on something which has been contributed by my predecessors. This is an organization with a legacy of more than 220 years, almost 220 years. And how do we strengthen this legacy? When we are, how do we build the elements which we have created, how do we bring them together to create the value for our stakeholders is my first priority. The value creation comes in terms of ensuring that customer is protected. When we say customer protection, it is an element of customer service as well as taking care of the safety of the customer's money. And we also would like to reward the depositors with a huge number of branches working. We want to create value to our depositors, and we want to be a financial conglomerate. We already are one. That how do we service? How do we provide a range of services to all the customers is going to be our first priority. The second thing is that we have invested significantly in the technology, and the technology and digitalization is going to be central to our agenda. And how do we ensure that this technology and digitalization what we have created not only provides a seamless customer service but also strengthen our resilience of our branch channel, our digital channel, so that the reliability of our services is ensured for our customers. The third important thing is that the important segments what we service, we are not only banker to every family, we are banker to every business in the country. We are largest corporate lender, we are the largest MSME lender, we are the largest agriculture lender, and also we are the largest home loan provider in the country. So we would like to engage more and more with these segments and make their interaction with SBI seamless and easier and creating value to them. As far as business targets is concerned, I think we are broadly sticking to our guidance in terms of 14 to 16% credit growth rate and a deposit growth rate which hopefully will reach double digit, and the ROA target of 1% is something what we are going to stick to.
Sir, in terms of if from the shareholder perspective, if one wants to understand the journey of SBI in next 3 to 5 years, what sort of roadmap you have in your mind for SBI in terms of top line, bottom line, and other parameters?
So the bottom line, of course, we can't really discuss about, but the broader parameters in terms of 15% ROE and 1% ROA is something what we are going to pursue seriously. In fact, in the last 2 quarters, we have exceeded this expectation of ROE. We reached more than 20% return on equity. Obviously, our effort would be to ensure that these 2 critical profitability parameters will be maintained.
So, can one expect, you are already at 60,000 crore, can one expect that you touching magical number of or milestone of 1 lakh crore?
We have a potential. Definitely, we would like to be the first company in India to reach that milestone. But again, as we keep saying, while profits and profitability, market capitalization are extremely important elements for our organization, we are thinking how do we foolproof our organization in terms of the services which we provide. The customers should feel happy dealing with us, and that is the biggest value creation which we can create. Number 2, as we keep saying, this is an organization with a sense of purpose. So we will be pursuing this objective of commercial aspect of creating the value for our shareholders and also creating value for our other stakeholders in the society.
Sir, I mean, you yourself talked about the deposit growth, and you hope to, touch double digit during the current financial year. What are other innovative measures that you are undertaking to boost your deposit mobilization? Sometime back, Madam FM had alluded to the fact that bankers should shun their legy attitude in terms of deposit garnering. They should go out and engage with customers. What kind of support one bank would require from the government to help in achieving objective of bridging the gap between deposit and credit growth?
So what we are undertaking is a massive outreach program for the deposit mobilization. As I said, for us, deposit mobilization is a franchisee job. We have largest number of outlets, physical outlets across the country. And how do we leverage this physical outreach, physical reach what we have into an outreach program where customers are contacted? Today the effort on part of SBI is reach out to every customer what we have, both existing to us as well as new customers. This outreach program is quite evident if you go to any of the branch in SBI now today. The deposit outreach program is intensely being pursued. We are not looking at any statutory or regulatory support in this case. I think I said somewhere, and we still hold the view, that deposit is a function of interest rate and customer service. It's a combination of both. Obviously, there is a requirement of adequately compensating our customers, but we would not like to fight on the rate war. I think most of the banks also pursuing a balancing act of giving a right rate as well as right service. So our focus is on improving the customer service and also adequately compensating our customers. I think this is our effort is to increase the outreach and make the branches active in terms of pursuing the deposit mobilization.
So you and obviously the innovative product will add to your effort of deposit mobilization, which is what even governor has hinted to, that banks should look at those aspects. In that respect, sir, are you also looking at some kind of digital side which could garner some which could bring into your fold the Gen Z population towards you?
No, we have digital products. For example, our video KYC is extremely popular, where end-to-end digitalization is there on the customer onboarding side. Number two, we open almost 50 to 60,000 savings bank accounts a day, and out of which a lot of such accounts get opened digitally. And on the fixed deposit side also, see, almost more than 50% of our fixed deposits are garnered through the digital channels only. So digital solutions are predominantly there. In terms of current account, we are engaged with some of the fintech players who had been helping us in terms of onboarding the customers. Those solutions, doorstep solutions, are also being provided by us.
Would you, what are your thoughts on capital market or equity market or mutual fund eating away your share of resource mobilization?
I think as the economy progresses, when the financial services get widened, the customer financial literacy increases, the shift from the banking products to alternative products is definitely bound to happen. So I think today the customers are looking at value proposition, but I also believe that as the financial literacy improves, the concept of asset allocation will come into picture. Obviously, nobody wants to put everything in a risky asset or a speculative asset. They would like to allocate their savings, and banking products will always be part of the basket. So we are trying to appeal to them. Some of the conventional products, for example, we used to have recurring deposit, which is nothing but a conventional SIP. So how do we bring that product which is accessible digitally and also popularize those products? Maybe we can combine both recurring deposit and SIP, a combo product. So these are the innovations which we are thinking in terms of popularizing the deposit products among the Gen Z.
Sir, RBI is expected to come out with expected credit loss guidelines and increasing provision requirement for project finance, hopefully during the current financial year. That's what indications are from RBI. What sort of impact do you see on the balance sheet of SBI if it kicks in, sir?
These are still discussion papers, and draft guidelines are yet to come. We are fully prepared. I don't think there will be any great impact on our balance sheet. We have sufficient cushion to absorb in case if these guidelines are implemented.
Sir, MPC is going to meet in October, and Fed has an indication that they are going to cut rates, and given the inflation situation, it has moderated a bit in last 2 months. What is, as a largest banker, what is your anticipation? What do you think is going to happen in rate front, sir?
On the rate front, a lot of central banks are taking independent calls. While Fed rate cut would influence everyone, RBI would be mindful of the food inflation. That is what our view is. And our view is also that the rate cut during the current calendar year may not happen. Probably we may have to wait for Q4. This is our view. Unless, of course, there's a good improvement in terms of food inflation. RBI may take a call, but it may be 2 quarters away.
So green shoots are visible in as far as private sector investment are concerned, especially in infra side, steel, cement, because of the government capex push. What, in your assessment, is way forward for the corporate lending, and what sort of pipeline is there from the corporate side as far as loan sanctioning is concerned?
We see a good amount of interest in the private capital expenditure. The infrastructure financing, of course, is mainly coming from the roads, renewable energy, some of the refineries. We have a pipeline both in terms of sanctions but not disbursed, and pipeline of proposals which are under process, amounting to almost around 4 lakh crores, which shows that the corporate pipeline is strong. Some of the corporates are also going for brownfield expansion. As we keep saying, some of the capital expenditure by corporates was funded by their own cash accruals and cash balances which they had. So currently those cash balances probably are getting exhausted, and they will come for the credit from the banking system. So private capital expenditure definitely would pick up in the second half. We also see a renewed government expenditure which is coming in. The first quarter, of course, because of elections and all, the capital expenditure was slowed down. We see in the second quarter as well as in the second half of the current financial year, both capital expenditure will be spurred both by the government expenditure as well as private expenditure.
Sir, since you are the largest banker and MSME is one of the focus area for you, what sort of help that MSME sector can expect from you? What is the roadmap that you have charted out for the MSME sector? Because you are also largest financier to MSME. So your views on that, sir?
Yeah, you are right. We are the largest MSME lender in the country. We have more than 4 trillion book size, and also almost 1.6 million MSME customers, both across the segments, across the businesses. One of the important steps what we have taken is that how do we simplify the availment of loan by the MSME customers. We have last year introduced a business rule engine based, data based assessment of the credit limits up to 5 crore rupees. Today, anybody walking into our MSME branch have to give only their PAN card and PAN number and approval for getting the GST data. We can give approval in 15 minutes. So the simplification of the MSME credit is something what we are moving on, and also we would like to make as much as possible a cash flow based lending backed by the CGT MSE guarantee, so that the emphasis on collateral is reduced, which would enable a lot of people to come into the formal MSME borrowing system. We still have a large number of MSME customers accessing the informal credit. We would like to bring them to the banking fold. We have large amount of data on the customers. We use the bureau data, we use the GST data, our own data which is available through account, current account and all, and we are able to give this financing within a very short period of time through the business rule engine. Currently it is available up to 5 crore rupees, we want to extend up to 50 crore rupees. So which means that getting a loan processed by SBI will be much easier.
And if one would like to understand what sort of increase one can expect in MSME lending this year?
No, we are having a run rate of about 15 to 16% growth, by which it means that 60 to 70,000 crores will be added to the portfolio. Our aim is whether we can reach up to 5 trillion, at least if not in this financial year, by middle of next financial year.
RAM also, you are the biggest, and whosoever wants housing loan, the first port of call is SBI, because you provide the most affordable rate, and the process is also quite easy. What sort of traction you are witnessing in the RAM segment, sir, so far, and what is the outlook?
So on the RAM part, I already mentioned about our MSME simplification of processes and how the portfolio is growing. Agriculture is also witnessing a significant growth. We are, apart from the conventional support which we extend to small and marginal farmers, we also moved and realized and moved that the large value agriculture needs funding. Still, I think there is an unfelt need in terms of funding the agriculture. In agriculture, we are also moving to agri infrastructure creation, whether it could be farm gate machine, warehouse, farm mechanization. We are also looking at value chain financing. We have identified in a value chain what are the various nodes which can be funded. So we are seriously pursuing on the value chain and farm gate infrastructure, agri infrastructure, and high value agriculture. It is whether it is fruit cultivation or flower cultivation is our focus area. On the retail side, we have the largest portfolio of home loans. We have increased our footprint of processing centers across the country. Probably we have the largest home loan processing centers in the country. That enabled people to easily approach and seek. And we also have largest number of real estate projects approved in the country, which means that a project approved by SBI, a customer can get the loan within 5 days from the application to the disbursement. So we are seeing a great amount of, we measure the home loan business in terms of sourcing of application, processing of application and disbursements. In all these three, we are witnessing a good growth.
Sir, you have some of the big subsidiaries also which are there for you to monetize. If one could understand going forward, can say in next 2 to 3 year horizon, are you looking at monetizing some of those valued subsidiaries, which could be them?
No, currently there is no thinking in terms of divestment of any of the subsidiaries. If these subsidiaries require capital, we will definitely examine. But currently there is no thought process in that direction.
But as you said that if they require capital, is there any...
At this juncture, none of them is in need of capital.
Okay. Sir, last year, FY24, you had expanded a few foreign operations, and I believe you have planned to open some 400 new branches domestically also. So if you could share your thought on that, because you are pursuing phygital model. So what is the touch point plan that you are having, sir?
We have strong branch expansion plans. But this would be mainly focused on emerging areas. A lot of residential colonies are not covered by us. Our estimate is around 600 branches, something what we are planning for the current year.
Sir, RBI Governor has also alluded to the fact that, banks should invest on their IT infra, because that is an area which is going to garner business for the banking sector. If you could share your thought on your IT spend, what sort of IT initiative that you are undertaking, and then we'll speak about the cyber fraud part.
So on the technology front, as I initially said, the technology and digitalization is central to our agenda, business agenda. We have had a clear roadmap in terms of where do we want to be on the technology front. On technology side, one is of course how do we make the customer journeys easier and the digitalization, by way of digitalization. We also spent time and energy and money in terms of making our technology resilient. Today, probably we are the first bank where we set up, apart from the Security Operations Center and Network Operations Center, we created what is called Resilience Operations Center. In the sense, one observability of every system, every application which is being used by our bank, number one. Number two, the resilience also ensures that the channels are available to customers without any disruption. And we have invested heavily into our private cloud, so that the agility of the clouds is used in our own private cloud system. We are also investing heavily into marketing technology. This MarTech will help me to give a personalization and hyper-personalization services to our customers. As far as cyber security is concerned, we have one of the best cyber security stance. We have invested heavily into cyber security. The protocols are followed. Information security is a very, very critical point from the customer side as well as from the institution side. Apart from ensuring that customer awareness is created on the digital frauds, we do a huge amount of social media awareness creation. We also have state-of-the-art proactive risk management, where customer alerts are generated, customers are advised to stay away from certain type of transactions. So, it's a constant effort to ensure that the customer is protected from cyber frauds.
Sir, last thing I just wanted to understand, because you are the biggest lender, and obviously you have 50 crore customer to 50 crore customer who are served by one single entity, which is a mammoth task. In terms of headcount, what sort of headcount that you are anticipating to add during current financial year, and what is the I would say capacity building initiative that you are also undertaking?
So our capacity building is twofold. One is how do we reskill and upskill our existing employees to meet the emerging needs. The customer expectations are changing, the technology is changing, digitalization is widely adopted. So we are constantly reskilling our employees. That is one capacity building at all levels, which happens. I'll just give an example. Today we have a program where we train our people on the design thinking. We are sending them to various popular institutions to learn about design thinking and make them aware of what is the contribution which they make when they come back. The other important element which you asked, we also are strengthening our workforce, both on the technology side as well as on the general banking side. We have recently announced around 1,500 technology people being recruited, both at the entry level and slightly at the higher level. Our technology recruitment also is on the specialized jobs, data scientists, data architects, network operators. I think a huge amount of variety of jobs in the technology side we are recruiting. So in all about, I think our current year requirement will be around 8 to 10,000 people headcount will be added.
Both specialized and general.
Specialized and general together.
Thank you, Mr. Sethi, for taking time out for PTI video. We appreciate your effort and we wish all the very best to SBI